As promised, we're moving straight into I almost said the Buried in Time for some reason. Yes, we're moving straight into the Buried in Time 2 Journeyman project or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I seem to recall enjoying the game overall the last time I played it when I attempted to review it, but if you'll recall, when I showed the thumbnail that I made for the review video I was going to make, I was going to call the episode Temporal Downgrade. So now I'm not sure how to feel about this going in, but yeah, enough yammering. We got time to bury or something. There's no time to explain. Yes, I'm me from the future. Not quite 10 years in the future, but never mind. The point is, I've come to warn you that there is a lot, I mean a lot, of lore to get through in this first part of the game. A lot. So much so that if you're playing the game by yourself, or indeed even like I was the last time I played and recording footage for a potential review, hey, cool, all well and good, bring on the world building. But as I played it this time around, I quickly began to realize that maybe so much world building with little gameplay to break it up, for such a long time, might not make for the most interesting viewing for a Let's Play. So, what I've done, or at least what I hope to have done by the time you see this, is a time travel fun. What I'll do is I'll make a sort of prologue episode 0 type of video with all the lore that I went through in the first hour or so of the game. It'll be unlisted, but there will be a link in the description and in my Discord. Now, if you don't want to watch it, or if for some reason you don't have access to it, I'll try and give you the basics of what you need to know. Buried in Time takes place about 10 years after the events of Pegasus Prime, and our protagonist, Gage Blackwood, Agent 5 of the Temporal Security Annex, has been assigned to a division called the Deep Time Unit, whose job it is to research historical events. At some point before the game begins, Gage was placed on house arrest when another agent discovered evidence of historical tampering in 4 of the time periods Gage was assigned to, and shortly afterward they discovered evidence in the form of 4 items in Gage's locker, one from each time period, specifically a gold ornament from the Mayan city of Chichen Itza, a jeweled orb from Chateau Gaillard during the time of Richard I, a sketch from Leonardo da Vinci's studio, and a signed document from the lab of one Kenneth Farnstein from the year 2247. The Interactive News Network broadcast numerous reports on the situation. An interview during one of the broadcasts, as well as one of Gage's own logs, suggests the possibility that someone else may have been following Gage when he jumped into the past in such a way that it didn't register the way it should have with the TSA, making it appear Gage was the only one jumping. In short, it would seem Gage is being framed. Another broadcast mentions an auction at the Louvre Museum, during which an unknown party spends unusually high amounts of money to buy 4 other items which happen to come from the affected time periods. A Mayan coffer with an intricate locking mechanism, Richard I's sword, a codex on flight by Da Vinci called the Codex Atlanticus, and an interactive sculpture by Farnstein entitled Self-Awareness. Now, what these items have to do with the ones found in Gage's locker, I can't say for certain, and I'm not just saying that to avoid spoilers. I'm recording this little interlude before I've played through the whole game, and I genuinely don't remember from the last time I've played. Naturally, Gage wants to investigate to clear his name, but there's not really much he can do under house arrest, so he does the next best thing. He does break house arrest, but he doesn't go to the affected time periods. He goes to his younger self, about 6 months after the events of Pegasus Prime. I'll just refer to his younger self as us, since that's who we play as. Gage time jumps into our apartment, transfers the suit to us, which automatically cloaks us, and after we watch Gage being taken, presumably to jail, the suit automatically returns us to Gage's apartment, the idea being while the real Gage is in jail, he, or we, will still be free to investigate the 4 affected time periods and find out who tampered with them and why. Now, as we pick up the action, we start with a blank biochip in our inventory, as well as the one responsible for the suit's cloaking system, one for recording evidence, one with which we can access certain TSA data files, though this seems to be more for lore than anything else, a confusingly fourth wall-breaking biochip through which we access the game's somewhat limited menu, and finally, a chip that allows the suit to perform time jumps. We've also gained a translation biochip, as well as a music single and a can of Cheese Whiz. It makes more sense in context. Anyway, on with the game. let's figure out where to go. Alright, we got Chichen Itza, we got Chateau Gaillard, we got Da Vinci Studio, we got Farnstein Lab. My instinct is to go to the lab first, because I want to say there's an AI biochip that we can get in this game that sort of acts as a sidekick / assistant to us, and it's located in the Farnstein lab. I don't know if we can get it right off the bat. I know we can get access to the lab now that we got the cheese girl and we can propel ourselves, but Gage did mention a lack of oxygen in the lab, and I don't know if that's going to affect us in our suit. But I've saved, so we should be fine. If nothing else, we shouldn't lose all that much progress. In the year 2282, a salvage vessel cruising Saturn for derelict ice mining platforms discovered the research station Amarax, which had served as the secret workshop and last known residence of master artist Kenneth Farnstein. The Amarax had been badly damaged in an asteroid shower, with entire wings torn from its tattered hull. Upon inspecting what remained of the station, the salvage crew found 4 unique interactive sculptures made of polymorphing neural matter and an advanced neurocomputer which became the direct forebear of modern technology. The soft web that drove the computer, however, had perished decades earlier when the crippled station's power reserves ran dry. Farnstein was an enigmatic figure, part artist, part computer scientist. His far-fetched claims that the art he sold was the work of an artificial being of his own making were for many years considered the ravings of a lunatic. But with the discovery of the Amarax, this belief has come under serious scrutiny. Your mission is to explore the damaged space station just after the accident while it still has power in its reserves. Try to determine the truth behind Farnstein's work. Comb the station for any signs of an artificial intelligence, okay, maybe I was right, or anything else which may have gone unreported by the salvage crew, starting with the station's neurocomputer. As Farnstein is believed to have perished in the asteroid shower, the station should be vacant. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. Alright, let's go. Atmospheric oxygen level 0%, switching to emergency oxygen reserve, 0G environment propulsion source required. Okay, we got that. I did not want to go that way, though. Let's recall. I hope we could buy the cheese girl again. Turns out we could. And again, I love these mist-style flybys of the locations we jump to. Oh, interesting. I can't turn around. Because I'm guessing that's the lab in front of us. Huh. Are we sure this is not the way to go? Yeah, no, that ain't the way to do it. Okay. So maybe we don't need to visit here just yet. Well, let me reload then. Alright. Well, if we can't visit the lab just yet... Oh, yeah, I gotta read the mission briefing again. There we go. If we can't visit the lab just yet... I guess let's try somewhere else. Historical records allow us to trace the entire life of Leonardo da Vinci, with the exception of the years between 1482 and 1489. All that is known about this period of his life is that he was working as the military architect and engineer of Duke Ludovico Sforza of Milan. As this was during the war against the Venetian Republic, it is assumed that he built many new types of military devices, but few plans for such have ever been recovered. You are to travel to his secret workshop to document these unknown projects. As you will be arriving in the middle of the night, the studio will be vacant. Your destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared. Alright, let me go ahead and read the mission briefings for the other two so we don't have to do that when we want to jump to them. Chateau Gaillard. Throughout its... Why does it look like the place is under a force field? Anyway, throughout his reign as King of England, Richard I battled with Philip Augustus to maintain Angevin rule over territories in northern France. To oversee and defend many of these territories, Richard the Lionheart quickly erected Chateau Gaillard in the Les Andelys mountains of Normandy. For years, Philip sought to restore the state of his empire. After Richard's death, he's got his chance. Having been financially crippled by Richard's exploits, England could do little to hold him off. Territory after territory was retaken by Philip. Though it was thought to be impregnable, Chateau Gaillard capitulated to the French on the 6th of March 1204 after a brief 6 months. Wow. After a brief 6-month siege. A failed relief effort by King John is thought to have played a role in the fall of the castle. However, exactly why it's come so quickly is still a matter of some controversy. You are to travel to Chateau Gaillard to witness the final day of the siege and to document how Philip's troops gained entry into the castle. Warning! There will be a human presence in this environment. Gather footage from a safe distance and avoid being seen. Destination coordinates stand clear. And Chichen Itza. Sometime around 1000 AD, the ancient Mayan civilization of the Yucatan Peninsula began to die out for reasons yet unknown. Also around this time, the Mayan capital of Chichen Itza played host to newcomers in the form of the Toltecs, a culture closely related to the Aztecs. No one knows for sure whether the Toltecs invaded the Mayans at Chichen Itza or if migrating survivors of their own dying culture were simply allowed to settle there. Your mission is to observe the resident culture and gather information that will lead to a definitive answer to this question. Warning, there will be a human presence in this environment. Really? I remember there being human presences in the castle. Not necessarily here. But anyway, our destination coordinates have been scanned and cleared, so what does it matter? Anyway, I was going to go to Da Vinci's studio. Neat. Okay. Don't think we want to go down there just yet. That looks like a long fall that might break our ankles, among other things. Somebody translate this shit. Up, lock, unlock, down. Okay, cool. Neat. Unlock and go up. I think. Maybe we need to hold it? No? That was unlock at the bottom one. Yeah, unlock. Didn't know there was a big wheel I needed to turn. I was just about to say, do I need to stop this or is it going? Okay, there we go. That's what I was thinking about. There was a platform in the middle. Actually, make sure there wasn't anything else over here I needed to look at. Hey, how you doing? No. I want to say there's like some evidence in this time period. We don't want to go through that door. That's a game over. Where are you going? Anyway, there's some evidence somewhere in here that it's sort of like blacklight or some kind of similar technology or whatever. And we might not be able to see it as we are. Oh, hello. Temporal anachronism detected within immediate vicinity. Use evidence chip to locate. Maybe I was wrong. Evidence. Locate. Manual temporal anachronism scan mode activated. Oh, we got a pixel hunt. Yeah, I heard you. Oh. What does review do? No evidence collected. Okay. Oh, hello. Is that not a blood stain? Okay, I guess we don't care about that. If you got any hints as to how to locate this shit, I'd be more than willing to hear them. Okay, so I had to have a quick glance, just making sure I'm recording everything. Yep, cool. Had to have a quick glance at a walkthrough. I didn't look for any specific details like how to solve X puzzle or Y puzzle or whatever, but I just wanted to sort of go over how exactly this evidence biochip works. Apparently this crosshair here, when you're in manual locate mode, thought I saw it changing, because that's what it does. It'll apparently change when you're hovering over the exact piece of evidence that it wants you to find. And also did happen to see that when I was outside the lab trying to use the cheese girl to propel myself to the lab, I had the right idea, but apparently I was clicking in the wrong part of the screen. So I'll keep having to look around here to see if I could find the exact piece of evidence. Ah, there it is, right there. Okay, evidence registered. There it is. So it looks like a footprint with a serial code, or part of a serial code on it. Footprint inappropriate for this area. Alright, so we've located that. And so yeah, now that I've done that, let me save again. We'll save over this one. There we are. And I find it kind of interesting that this interface menu has a pause option in it, even though it's kind of already paused anyway. But anyway, alright, got that saved. So we'll jump. And can we jump directly to the Farnstein lab from here? Yes, we can. Excellent. So that's one plus that this version, this sequel has over Pegasus Prime. Is that you can just go between time periods without having to return to, in this case, your house. Anyway, Cheese Girl. Apparently I'm supposed to be clicking on the left side of the screen. I don't know why that makes a difference, but that's the case, apparently. Okay, there's the voice that Gage said he heard. I think we need to go that way. Oh, 90% of oxygen reserves. Okay, so we got something of a time limit.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
Okay. My only problem is we're going to have to keep buying cheese curl. Until we figure out what we're doing here.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
But that's fine. I was going to say, don't be blaring at me. I saw that green light. Ooh. Well, that's not how you want to do. Well. At least it didn't game over us. Be right back. Buying more.
Cheese girl!
That's another plus that this game has over Pegasus Prime. You can actually move while people are talking. Okay. That's closed. That just sends us off into the abyss. 80% of oxygen remaining. Cool. %. Alright. Can't do that.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
May have to go back and buy a couple more cans of cheese curl before this is over.
That always seemed to work in Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, wow, that's a reference.
So, I guess I haven't gotten rid of you after all. You
Nope.
just pop up in different spots, like whatever pops up in different spots. So, with corrupting my work not enough? Back to finish the job? What?
Yeesh. I'll live, dude.
And I thought I was being rescued. Breathing my last breaths here, and I get visited by Guido, the space vamp. Come all this way to tamper with my sculptures. What are you, an art critic? So, what do? Travel around space looking for derelict crafts you can terrorize the survivors by redecorating while they're helpless? What'd you do? Bring a spray can too?
Actually, yes. I brought my cheese whiz. You hungry?
Look, if you're here to rescue me, fine. Just get on with it. If you're gonna add insult to injury by messing with my work, I can do without it, okay? Just leave me here to die in peace with my own work.
Yeah, that's fine and everything. Can you maybe pump some oxygen in here? Or something.
What do you want?
I just told you I want oxygen. I'd like to breathe. I ain't got all that much in my suit. See, I got 40% left. Docking bay. We don't want to go here, do we? No, apparently not.
Pressure variance too great. Door may not be opened until pressure is equalized.
Can I go? Oh, no, I can't go up there. Where do I go? 30% of oxygen. I think I go back home is what I do.
Cheese girl!
Okay, so I can get close to this.
I haven't gotten rid of you after all. You just pop up in different spots, like whatever pops up in different spots.
Yeah, he's gonna keep saying this.
Back to finish the job?
Oh, hello.
What?
Neat. What do we do with this? Environmental controls. Biomass, environment pressurized. Where am I? Science wing. Scanner room, environment pressurized. Docking bay. You are here. Click to pressurize.
Cannot pressurize. Foreign object obstructing habitat wing door seal.
Okay. Where's the habitat wing? Well, right there. Duh. Okay.
And I thought I was being rescued. Breathing my last breath.
Where's the habitat wing door?
Come all this way to tamper with my sculptures. What are you, an art critic?
That's the docking bay.
So, what do? Travel
Is that the habitat
around
wing?
space looking for derelict crafts you can
Habitat wing. Yeah,
terrorize
there it
the
is.
survivors by redecorating
Oh,
while
okay.
they're helpless?
We got a metal bar.
What'd you do? Bring a spray can too? Look, if you're here to rescue me, fine. Just get on with it.
I'm trying.
Insult to injury by messing with my work, I can do without it, okay? Just
Where
leave
the
me
hell?
here to die in peace with my own work. What do you want? What do you want?
No, that's the habitat wing. Where was that screen that I was messing with?
Spots.
There it is. Okay.
Whatever pops up in different spots. So with corrupting my work not enough? Back to finish the job? What?
Alright. So, we've still got the metal bar in our inventory. Hopefully that didn't reset when we jumped in and out of the time period, but I guess we'll find out. Well, it certainly sounds better. Alright, well, the environment's pressurized. I don't know if that... replenishing oxygen. Okay, good. I was just about to say, I don't know what that does for our oxygen. So what all else have we got? Got the habitat wing, mess rec module, crew berths, hydroponics, docking bay. Where exactly did we come in at? I know we had to go down like a long hallway. So I'm thinking we probably came in around here, possibly? So let's see. Down here we got a scanner room. AI Nexus, I think that's where we want to end up. Neuronics lab. That place is pressurized, so that's good. Science wings, depressurized, med lab. Biomass processing, we can pressurize that apparently. Is that going to depressure? Well, I don't see why it would. Insufficient oxygen. Okay, never mind then. Maybe we can only have one pressurized environment at a time. Okay, so we're here right now. Engineering, docking bay. Well, let's see where all we can go before we decide where to go.
And I thought I was being
And there he goes.
breathing my last breaths here, and I get visited
What is
by
this? That's the
Guido,
docking bay.
Space family. Come all this.
Thank you for shutting him up. Let's do a quick save. Okay.
Warning. Localized gravitation manipulator pads are malfunctioning. All personnel advised to clear docking bay.
I heard localized gravity something, so I hope we're not in too much danger. Oh. Okay. We got ourselves a maze.